Ionic and Metallic Bonding by Jonathan Garcia and Willie Phillips. As you can see here, ionic bonding is a chemical bond that involves the electrostatic attraction between oppositely charged ions. As you can see here, it's a positive and it's a negative. Those are opposite. Ionic bonding represents atoms that have a lost electron. Also, in ionic bonding, the atoms steal electrons from one another. As you can see here, one electron from Na transferred to Cl to make one a cation and the other an anion. The charges cause attraction forming this bond. And as you can see in this line, one electron is completely transferred. This means that the electrostatic attraction is what holds the ions together. This is what we call the ionic bond. All ionic bonding have a degree of covalent bonding. Ionic compounds conduct much electricity when it's melted into another electron. Atoms that have almost full or empty valence tend to be reactive. Electronegative atoms often have one or two missing electrons. They also get attracted to other electrons frequently rather than not. The formation of ionic bonding can result from a redox reaction is an ion that has low release of an electron. As you can see on the left is the ionic bonding. To maintain charge naturally, there has to be very strict measures of the ionic bonding. And now going on to the right, metallic bonding. That's where metallic bonding is at. Metallic bonding occurs as a result of an electromagnesium. It's also described as a sharing of free electrons. You can see in this picture, metallic bonding is not the only type of chemical bonding that can happen in a metal. There's a lot of different types. When there's a combination, it gives a rise in chemical bonding. Atoms in metals are real strong and have much force to practically impossible to separate the bondings. Metals make much of the periodic table. That's the reason that they made a metallic bonding, and it became clear that metals go into the solution as positive charged ions. As you can see, all these metals are positively charged. Metallic bond works with an attraction, conduction, electrons. They may share free electrons with positively charged ions. A metallic bonding can also be when electrons combine in the elements so that they can move. So this picture right here, metallic bonding, so it can separate. And if these were to separate, that would be called the swarm of deloclassed electrons, which means the outer electrons are so weakly bound to metal atoms that they are free to roam across the entire metal. So if, for example, if these were to separate from each other, these can roam around the entire metal, having lost their outer electrons. Individual atoms are more like positive ions in a swarm of communicable electrons, which you can see here, they're positive, so they'll stay positive when they detach. And that will be it for ionic and metallic bonding.